Welcome to the Tactical Tavern. My name is Tomas Alas, and in this video we are reviewing the Cold Steel Caledonian Edge. Let's cut into it. To be perfectly honest, this has to be one of the most beautiful knives that I have handled recently. I mean, look at it. It is absolutely stunning. First saw this at SHOT Show this year, and I knew I had to have one. It's just perfect. Well, almost. And in this video, we're gonna go over the pros and the cons to help you decide if this blade is worth adding to your everyday carry or EDC collection. Some things I enjoy about this blade is that this is a revamp from a blade that they introduced long ago, and they certainly upgraded some of the materials with it and the look. It has a very classy feel to it, but yet still some functional capabilities packed into this elegant blade. This blade sports an overall length of 9.25 inches, a blade length of 4.25 inches, and it is comprised out of CPM 20 CV blade steel, and I have to say I absolutely love the blade geometry on this Caledonian Edge. It has a spear point blade shape, but it's pretty thick all the way till a slight taper towards the end, making this very pointy to get into your Amazon packages. The handle comes in at 5 inches long, and it is comprised of carbon fiber. It has a mix. It also sports a titanium bolster we'll touch on here in a minute, but look at this carbon fiber. It is very well executed. There's no rough spots. Everything is polished and smooth, making it very comfortable in the hand. I also love the DLC coating that they went with. It protects the blade, but it also looks just menacing. This is entirely murdered out, black on black on black, and I love that. Super stealthy, very covert, but yet still super functional as well. Locking this into place is a liner lock. I love that they added some texturing on here to help you get in there. There's also a small cutout. Not only does it help aid in traction, but it also gives you easier access to smoothly close the blade. Primarily deploying this into action is a thumb stud that snaps it right into place. And again, it is very smooth, open and close. However, this does lead us to one of the drawbacks on this blade, and that it is for right-handed people only. There is no dual-sided thumb stud, and I've experimented with trying to attach a snaggletooth wave mod to get a wave deploy on here, and there's not enough room for it. I haven't tried the mini option, so there's still hope, but as it sits right now, the only way to get this out is the thumb stud or a weighted blade drop. And that works into the forward, but also the reverse grip. The Caledonian Edge also has an excellent balance. It comes in with a weight of 5.4 ounces, but it is really well balanced with the centering right below where that thumb stud cutout is, giving it a very lively feel with a lot of accuracy and heft behind it. Another subtlety I personally really enjoy about this blade is that they added some barrel spacers towards the back end. I personally love this because if you're carrying this around with other things, it's less likely that another blade or coins or whatnot will get in there and scrape along the edge. So it does give you a little extra safety and rigidity. Carrying this blade around is a deep carry pocket clip with a blacked out clip. I also like that it's skeletonized, helping reduce the weight, and it's also not sharp. Very smooth to go in and out of pants, including slacks, because there's no aggressive G10. So if you're looking for a classy carry option, I can highly recommend the Caledonian Edge. In the closed position, this fits so comfortably in the hand. You can certainly use it as an impact device to get the party started cracking open a bag of ice. But I also like it for this reason that it conceals very nicely in the hand in the closed position, so you can have it ready to go in a transitionatory space. I'm pretty sure that's a word, transitionatory. The space of transition, where you may be distracted, but you can still have it ready to go. It fits so comfortably in there. You can use it to break open that ice, but if things get crazy, you can certainly and quickly deploy it into a variety of different grips. And I think that's really where this blade excels, is that it is so dang comfortable. Now, even though this is certainly what I would call a more classy blade, I think it still has some survival capabilities and certainly some EDC cutting tasks, because if you break it down, it's kind of like a high-end spear point paring knife. It's large in charge, it's aggressive, and it certainly gives you that reach, but we're gonna talk about some of the cons before we get to everything else that I love about the blade. And starting off on that is that there's no guard. And I can hear in the comment section already, your hand's gonna slide out. Not necessarily. I did a demo at Blade Show with the Cold Steel Lite. There's not a guard on that blade. I didn't have any issues with it slipping, but then again, there also wasn't the mix of blood or added moisture for whatever reason. So I get people's concern with this. Something that does help aid in this grip is that it flares out towards the tip, so you do have some resistance there, helping prevent your hands from sliding forward. And there's also a small divot here that aligns your thumb for your targeting, but I totally understand your concern that there is no guard, so keep that in mind. And because I feel this is certainly geared towards more of the higher end carry crowd, because there's no guard necessarily, you can certainly get a comfortable close-up grip on there for any detailed or hidden cutting work where you don't want to flash the office. You got this bad boy on you. We covered the downside of it not having a dual-sided thumb stud and easily accessible, but it's also not carryable. So it's only right-hand carry with that pocket clip. You cannot switch it around. That's a big bummer for me. As a lefty, I would totally love to EDC this blade on my left side and use it for regular cutting tasks. I'm sure with practice you could carry it in a back pocket and deploy it, but I mean, I feel that for the price point, it should certainly have reversible pocket clips. And don't get me wrong, the show side of this blade is just stunning. I mean, I'm gonna compare it to some other options here, but man, this blade just looks beautiful. The last con that I have with this blade is the price point. At the time of this review, you can find this blade for around $450. It pains me to say that out loud. I mean, yes, it is insanely expensive, but I think the crowd that they're trying to hit is certainly that upscale EDC market, trying to compete with some of the higher end like Vero Engineering and whatnot. And they're also playing to the fact that this is a pre-existing Cold Steel design that they discontinued. It's certainly beautiful, but I totally get it that some of you may not see the value. And for the longest time, I was wondering why they didn't drop the holdout 4-inch. They have the 3-inch and the 6-inch, but they purposely neglected the 4-inch model, and I think that's specifically because this year they were dropping this Caledonian Edge. So my hope is that in the future they'll drop that 4-inch holdout model. I have a discontinued one you can see here, but it certainly is a budget-friendly version of the Caledonian Edge. Hopefully they come back out with that blade. Personally, I think it's cool that Cold Steel is trying to tap into that higher end premium market. It certainly has the looks for it. I can't deny that. I do love the carbon fiber, the titanium, the blade steel, and the grip on this. I mean, this blade just really rocks it for me. I think this is a fantastic option if you are a huge fan of Cold Steel, especially from the 80s and 90s, growing up with them. This is a fantastic blade to add to your collection. It is also an amazing gift. So if you know someone that is a huge Cold Steel fan and you can shill out a couple extra bucks, I think this is gonna blow their socks off. Maybe you're looking for a premium carry with some tactical capabilities in mind. Adding this to your EDC would not be a bad option. You're certainly gonna get some looks with it because it definitely is on the larger side, but of course, I love that. It's simple, it's classy, it's elegant, it's an elevated everyday carry knife with still some survival capabilities with that sharpened 90-degree spine, ultra utilitarian grips, and of course personal protection capabilities to help you get out of a sticky situation. The Cold Steel Caledonian Edge certainly has my heart, and I know it's not for everyone, but if you see the benefits of it, I'm sure you're gonna fall in love with it just like I did. Cold Steel is certainly known for making some of those high value blades like the Voyager series, and you could certainly get a ton of those for $450 on this blade. So let me know in the comments section down below. Would you rather have tons of versatile blades, or would you rather buy once and cry once in this Caledonian Edge? Hopefully you enjoyed this review and found it beneficial in your decision-making process. I'll go ahead and drop some links down below of where you can find these Caledonian Edges, preferably for the best price to help you save some time and money. With that being said, my name is Tomas Celeste. Thank you again for watching. I'm excited to see you in the next video. And remember, be prepared, be practical, stay tactical.